What up, crew? It's the One Raw B, and I'm back to react right here at the Rhythm Reserve. Dax dropped a new one. It's called Eternity, and he is proclaiming that it's his most important song that he's made to date. This will be, I think it'll be my third Dax track that I've ever heard. And so far he's 2 for 2 with me. So interested in checking this out and hearing in the comments, whether you all think it's his most important one that he's made to date. Because I can't really speak on that. I've only heard a couple tracks, but interested in knowing in what y'all think. So let's check it out together.
And when you really examine the concept of eternity, one will find that there is no end. Life after death is a concept humans still don't understand.
How long is eternity? I don't understand. Some say forever, but if it's forever, then when does it come to an end? It's more than a concept, an infinite time that we spend. It confirms that our lives here on earth are a blip of existence and don't make a dent. As we get older, it creeps in our mind, the thought of the end and beginning of time. The life that we thought that we lived doesn't matter, approaching the thought that someday we all die. I get confused when I look in the sky. What is this water hitting my eyes? Maybe the rain is the pain and shame that hits earth when God cries. As we get older, we don't care what we did. It's not the things we receive, but the things we give. We try to go back to the time we were kids, but those shoes no longer fit. And then we finally realize that everyone dies, but not everyone lives. So I'm taking it.
All right, so I kind of relate to what he's saying there in the beginning. Just being younger and not really understanding the concept of eternity. I have a pretty vivid memory of just being in the car and thinking in my head, the thought of eternity. And I could actually remember thinking to myself, I actually don't want to live forever up wherever we go. I was truly thinking of the concept of forever, it never ends, forever, and it was just something that I could remember in my mind, it clicking and realizing what forever really means. And is that true that in some form or fashion you live forever, whether that's your soul or what have you. But that is a very vivid memory in my head. So that brought me back to that memory. I'm gonna scoot it back just a little bit.
Look in the sky. What is this water hitting my eyes? Maybe the rain is the pain and shame that hits earth when God cries. As we get older, we don't care what we did. It's not the things we receive, but the things we give. We try to go back to the time we were kids, but those shoes no longer fit. And then we finally realize that everyone dies, but not everyone lives. So I'm taking a chance. I'm living my life in the moment and not in a future that's not in my hands. I'm giving my time to the people who love me for everything that I am. I'm living my life in reality, not for a post that they'll tap when they open the gram. I'm doing whatever it takes. I'm not gonna dwell on my past mistakes. I'm bridging the gap between my dreams and what I see while I'm awake. They say leave it up to fate. Well, fate.
You see the people in the background with the homeless, camera all in their face, doing their good deeds. A little bit on that, I think to some extent, when people film things like that, there are some that are genuinely trying to spread a good message, but you know, others have a really poor way of doing it, and it lacks taste and class. And I don't know, I'm kind of like on the borderline when you talk about doing things like that. um so yeah.
Favors those who take, cause if eternity's forever and all this is temporary, why wait? Humanity's lost. We obsess the price of material things, but at what cost? Then treat time like currency and spend it for applause, because we think that life is just a game we can turn on and off. We build, we break, renew, replace. We 9 to 5 and count the days for 40 years till 65, then live off what our pension pays. We fall in line as mental slaves. Our bodies work, our minds are caged, and that's why people say the richest place you'll find is at the graves, full of hopes and dreams that people never chased, full of feelings that we felt but never got to say. All the thoughts inside our heads that we kept stored and locked away. As our age increased and we got old and everything decayed, and when we finally realized that our whole lives was not a game, and that time was a commodity that we could not regain, and that we were in control and there was no one else to blame, is the day that we change. It's eternity, no way, no way. Eternity, no way, no way. It's eternity, no way. Eternity, no way. It's eternity, no way, no way. It's eternity, no way, no way. It's eternity, no way. Eternity, no way.
What are you doing with your time? What is your definition of happiness? Are you giving more than you're taking? And finally, if it were to all end right now, what are you holding on to that you need to let the world see?
Wow. So I definitely, man, that went by quick, didn't it? I definitely approve of the message, like without a doubt. You know, you really gotta live in the now, and you can't take this moment that you have for granted, because you really just, you never know when it's going to be over. You don't know when that time is going to be. And man, you don't want to live with any regrets when you're coming down, you know, to your last days. You know, I should have done this, I could have done this. You know, the statement that he made in the beginning of his verse, you know, something along the lines of, you know, everybody dies, not everybody lives, you know, and that's a true statement. That's a true statement. Because, you know, you might be existing, but are you really living a full life, the life you want to live, following your dreams, your goals, your ambitions? You know, what is occupying your time, your mind? What are you feeding your mind? You know, like, I'm really, and I know, you know, it's the new year and everybody likes to reflect and see what types of changes that they can make or adjustments they can make in their life. But I'm really focused on making some changes and you know, just living life geared towards, you know, happiness and you know, following dreams and ambitions and doing what makes you happy, and you know, try to remove little things that just don't matter. So I definitely think this is an important message. It's an important song. You'll have to let me know in the comments. Do you think it's his most important song to date, or do you think a different song has done that from Dax for you? But you know, overall, it's a message I could definitely agree with. And I think we could all just take a step back, look at our lives, see what type of things we're intaking and what kind of output we're giving out in the world, and see if that aligns with what we truly want to be, what we truly want to do, the example that we truly want to set for our loved ones. You know, I think we could all take a step back and take a look at our lives and ask ourselves, those important questions. Until next time, like it if it's real, comment how you feel, and subscribe to seal the deal. And we out. One.